Recognition is what makes non-reaction possible, not determination, not self-discipline, recognition. The thinker who has clearly recognized the seed, who perceives through the first sense what is genuinely real within, has something more real than the condition to hold to. And when the condition appears, the recognized seed is the more real thing, not a mere concept, not wishful thinking, a perception, a genuine knowing of what is within. And what is genuinely known cannot be as easily displaced as what is merely held in concept. This is the 7-Minute Daily Focus, day 218 of 365, to focus on the world within from the world without. Today's focus, the law of non-reaction, recognition and non-reaction. Pause for a moment. Recognition is what makes non-reaction possible, not determination, not self-discipline, recognition. The thinker who has clearly recognized the seed, who perceives through the first sense what is genuinely real within, has something more real than the condition to hold to. And when the condition appears, the recognized seed is the more real thing. Not a mere concept, not wishful thinking, a perception, a genuine knowing of what is within. And what is genuinely known cannot be as easily displaced as what is merely held in concept. Pause. The relationship between recognition and non-reaction is this. The depth of recognition determines the ease of non-reaction. When recognition is shallow, when the seed is vaguely perceived, only partially known through the first sense, non-reaction is difficult, because the condition is as real to the thinker as the seed. Both are at the same level of reality in their inner life, and when two things are equally real to the thinker, the louder one, the more insistent one, wins. Conditions are usually louder and more insistent, so reaction follows. When recognition is deep, when the seed is clearly perceived, fully known, its reality felt and understood from within. Non-reaction is natural because the seed is more real to the thinker than the condition, more present, more immediate, more genuinely known. And conditions, however insistent, are perceived as secondary, as the echo, as what has already expressed, not as primary, not as authoritative. And from that depth of recognition, thinking remains upon the seed. Not because the thinker forces it, because what is most real naturally draws thinking, and what is most real is within, when recognition has perceived it clearly. Thought is within, effect is without, and thinking stands between. Pause for a moment. How does recognition deepen in the context of non-reaction? Through consistent practice of opening the first sense, through the morning practice every morning, through the willingness to wait for recognition to be clear before directing thinking, and also through the experience of non-reaction itself. Each time a condition appears and the thinker, rather than reacting, turns to the first sense and recognizes the seed, that recognition is made under pressure, under the pull of conditions, under the insistence of the five senses, and recognition made under pressure deepens more quickly than recognition made in ease, because it is recognition exercised fully in the real conditions of the thinker's life, not in the quiet of the morning only, but in the middle of the day, in the face of conditions, active, living, and real. This is what deepens recognition, and what deepens recognition makes non-reaction more natural, the loop deepening itself through practice. Pause for a moment. Recognition and non-reaction sustain each other. Recognition, the clear inner perception of the seed, is what non-reaction maintains thinking upon. The clearer the recognition, the easier non-reaction becomes. When the thinker perceives the seed with clarity, when they recognize precisely what is within, what is developing, what the seed contains, what its physical expression will be, the pull of conditions becomes less compelling, not because conditions have changed, because the inner object is more vivid, more real, more present. Non-reaction follows naturally from clear recognition. Why redirect thinking from what is clearly perceived as real to react to what is clearly perceived as an effect? The cause is within, clearly perceived. Why turn from the cause to react to the effect? Non-reaction is the natural response of the thinker who holds clear recognition, and sustained non-reaction in return deepens recognition. The thinker who does not follow conditions stays with the seed, and staying with the seed refines the clarity of their perception. Recognition sharpens. The seed becomes more vivid, more precisely understood. Non-reaction deepens. Together, from within, they allow the seed to develop undisturbed, and undisturbed development within must express without. Now, the affirmation for day 218. Pause for a moment. I perceive what is physically seen. I do not react to it. I acknowledge what appears. I do not follow it. Conditions present themselves. I remain upon the seed. The appearance is secondary. The seed is primary. I operate from the primary. I do not allow what is secondary to interrupt what is developing within the primary. I hold, I sustain, I remain, and what is held and sustained must unfold, and what unfolds must physically express. And remember, by design, by focus,